Okay, welcome to this very short video on the solutions to climate change. These fall into local, national and international. I'm not being lazy, but I'll just be completely honest. I find this really is, I don't think a video is really a helpful way for this to be taught. And personally I find it pretty boring. So I'm just going to show you the basic notes. And they are as follows. These are the local strategies that I teach and have taught you. This is not a complete list, but it does hit the main ones that have been discussed with you. I suppose the only thing for me to really point out here is that you do need to try and develop everything in full sentences, and that I have tried to keep thematic differences between my bullet pointed paragraphs, with reduce, reuse, recycle in paragraph 1, with fossil fuels in paragraph 2, with CFCs in paragraph 3, and then kind of the local management strategies of hosepipe bans. Remember, solutions fall into two categories. There's how we can stop the climate warming further, and there's how we can manage climate change now that it's happened. And these notes contain a combination of them both. The first three talk about how we can stop further climate change. The last one talks about how you can manage existing temperature rise. So on to the national changes. Again, with everything I've just said, I'm not going to repeat myself. Try and include some case studies. Try and include some detail. Otherwise, your sentences are going to feel weak and thin. Take the first one, for example. If we just simply say that government encourages the use of smart meters to improve energy efficiency, that's going to feel, for me, and I may be disagreed with by other colleagues here, but for me that feels Nat 5-ish. It feels thin, it feels weak. Make sure you get in a good couple of case studies and make sure that your sentences are detailed and backed up with dates, numbers and names. Again, I've tried to keep a nice thematic difference between each of my paragraphs. And that leads me to talk about the international strategies. There's going to be great differences between how you're taught this. I'll say that right now. These are a broad spectrum of some of the notes that I have done in class. That certainly doesn't represent all of them. And again, you'll see that I have tried to separate, for example, COP21 gets a paragraph, COP26 gets a separate paragraph. And then lastly, I have not, in the first two paragraphs, I've talked about how we can tackle future climate change, but in paragraph 3, I've talked how we can tackle existing climate change that has already happened. So I'm sorry if that video is too brief for you, but really I don't know how to really deal with that more efficiently. These notes certainly will give you an excellent grounding in your revision, and I hope that you found that useful.